Pepper says, are you ready to declutter another section of this hoarded basement? I know, I am.
Hello everyone and welcome back to A Hoarder's Heart. For today, we are back in this basement decluttering the things behind me, which is Christmas stuff. So ho ho ho, a lot of stuff's gotta go. But seriously, a lot of the bins that are here behind me that are Christmas bins is because the Christmas cave has a leak. So all the Christmas bins that I had to go somewhere, so they're kind of churned over here and a little scattered all over the basement. But we're going to be working in this section behind me, reorganizing things. I know that behind this stack of bins, there's a lot of miscellaneous stuff. So we have a lot of work to do as we declutter and clear out another section in this hoarded basement.
So we're going to start right here with this open bin. Now it looks like there's some miscellaneous stuff in there. It is labeled, so it looks like it's for gift bags. So this is kind of like craft supplies. So we're going to pull this out of the bin. And underneath of that looks like it is our Christmas bags, tissue paper, different cards and stuff. And let me tell you, I never have to buy another gift wrapping for Christmas again. But I do have to find the lid to this tub.
All right, so on the top of this bin is a flat surface, of course, and it has miscellaneous things. Now, this bag right here, this actually, I don't know if you could see, it's miscellaneous Halloween toys, and it's saved in this bag because it's for this year's trick-or-treaters, for those who are allergic to candy and they can't really get candy. I always have a little bowl of just little toys so that kids can pick from the toy bin. And it's down here. So this just has to go back into fall, that's up in the attic, so that I know where it's at when it's actually Halloween. This right here just goes in the bin that's right next to me, that's labeled boxes and bags. And then I have this right here. This is a broken mirror. And obviously it's a tossy, and obviously I never threw it out. And the problem that I have with this mirror is that I loved this mirror so much so that I bought a second one. And you could probably tell the quality of it. I mean, I had it for years, but the first one broke, threw it away. This is the second one and it broke. And I very desperately tried to save it with shoestring or whatever. And it was just, I gave up because I almost was like, what am I doing? Why am I saving this little rhinestone mirror pink heart so much so that I'm having almost these desperate thoughts of how could I possibly salvage this thing? And the truth is because, again, I put so much identity into this mirror. It's a heart. It has rhinestones. It's hot pink. I actually internalize it as a physical reflection of a hoarder's heart because hot pink, a heart, rhinestones. And it's just learning how to detach those strings, those emotional strings, because really I'm not a broken mirror. I mean, I'm not. I might have some past trauma that I have to work through, but I am flesh. I'm a human. I have feelings. I'm a soul. I'm not a plastic item made of glass and fake rhinestones, and I really am learning how to detach myself from it. So even though this is an emotional let go from the get-go, I feel strong because I recognize that this is trash. I can't keep it. A lot of this stuff in the beginning is kind of like organized Christmas tubs that are in the front. The messes are kind of like in the back, and that's stuff that we have to sort through. So I'm just kind of moving the bins, and since we opened up the area by the Christmas cave, I might stack a couple of bins in there. That way stuff is just out of the way. But again, everything is so churned, like here, we can let this go. I had so many fake poinsettias, it was funny, but I had so many fake poinsettias because one year I think I got them on clearance for like 25 cents in like January. It was crazy. So that's why I feel like I've always had so many and I used to use them, but now not so much. And this one's got stains on it anyway, so we can let this go. This is our tablecloth And that goes upstairs and is this, well, this is Christmas kitchen. So technically what I should do is, since it's Christmas kitchen, yep, we'll just put it in here so I know exactly where it is for next year.
Now behind those labeled bins is a lot of miscellaneous stuff that we actually have to go through. This right here, this is home decor. This actually goes upstairs in the living room. I never took it back upstairs after Christmas. And this little tub has some miscellaneous Christmas stuff because what happens is every year when I think I put everything Christmas away, there's always little pieces that I forget. Looks like this year it was night lights and random little decor. We'll put that away for now. This was from a previous video, so this is an immediate tossy-tossy, and this I'm going to ask the boys if it's okay if we can give it away.
All right, everyone, Christmas in July. Here we go. This is a bag full of miscellaneous Christmas stuff that we need to go through. And I will tell you that I am very emotionally attached to Christmas, right? And the reason being is because when I was a kid, I have the best memories of Christmas. And it brought me such pure, innocent joy, the magic of Christmas, and I carried that into adulthood. And my parents blessed me with wonderful Christmases. And yes, Santa did bring me a lot of stuff. No fault to my parents. You got to think, this is the 80s and 90s. I was a material girl living in a material world. It was just a different time. We didn't really know what we were doing. We just knew that that's how we expressed love. And they had no idea I had hoarding disorder. How would they possibly have known? They were just so happy and spoiling their little girl on Christmas morning. So because there's so much early attachment to Christmas and the happiness and the joy, that is why sometimes I have a hard time parting with Christmas stuff. Now we've worked through those emotions, we're doing well. I know that I know just by looking at this bag and as we go through it, I'm going to be able to let go of a lot of stuff. But I'm going to share the story of this box right here because you can see that there's some water damage that occurred. Some water damage has occurred. And unfortunately, to this box, this is an extremely sentimental 90s Christmas. And for me to let this go, even with knowing that there's water damage, I will be in such a panic to save everything. I will get the disinfectant wipes, I'll put a mask, I'll put gloves, I will do whatever it takes to save it and wash it and make it clean. Why? Because I'm trying to reset my nervous system. I'm trying to calm it down. It's in panic mode and it's trying to figure out ways how to save these precious items. Because internally, I almost feel like I'm trying to save myself because I am. Because it's resetting my nervous system. Do you kind of see how that cycle kind of works? That's why the hoarder has such a tight grip on it. We almost feel like we're trying to save ourselves. It's our lifeline. It's our life preserver. And the reason why a lot of this stuff, the Dalmatian stuff especially, is extremely sentimental is kind of because many of you know the story of how I was very abused when I was 17 and 18 from an ex-boyfriend. I don't want to go too into detail because this is supposed to be a Christmas in July, but this was how I coped with the abuse, the physical, mental, verbal, all of it. This is how I coped with the abuse. I held on to all the 101 Dalmatian stuff, all childlike things, all my toys in my room. Whatever was in my room, that was my refuge. After he was done hurting me and I would come home and I would hide it from the world, my room was my refuge that had all my toys, all my 101 Dalmatian stuff. Even though I was older, I still reverted back to childlike things because that was happiness to me back then as a 17-year-old, was trying to go back to that childlike state. And just being surrounded by all the stuff, it made me happy. It was how I dealt with that abuse mentally. I escaped into this world of childlike wonderment again, and I still never lost that. That's why I have such a tight grip on stuff like Dalmatian stuff, to where I even question, can I let it go, even though it's moldy and biohazard, some of this stuff. I really had to work through these emotions. So yes, the stuff that's really funky dunky, we're going to have to let it go, and I'm going to have to process those emotions. I'm going to have to learn how to detach myself, because he's not here. He's not abusing me. He'll never abuse me. That's not my story anymore. I know my self-worth. I know my self-identity is not attached to all these items, but it's a continuous pattern of unthreading and untethering these emotional threads to the item. It takes time. This is how I'm processing those emotions so that I can finally let stuff go.
And speaking of letting stuff go, we have definitely let a lot of stuff go in this video. It's getting easier to make these harder decisions. Some stuff is damaged, we have to throw it away. Some stuff can be given away, it's still okay. But the point is that each and every episode, we have stuff leaving this basement, opening up more space. Another thing I'm noticing is that it's a lot quicker to open up bigger spaces. To open up this space before probably would have taken me at least 3 or 4 episodes. Now we can knock it out in one. And that's because we're re-going over things that have already been organized. We're picking up miscellaneous things. We're taking care of churned items right away. And it's pretty cool to see how quickly we can open up a space in the basement. And my hope and my prayer is that this video motivated and encouraged you to clean, declutter, and let something go in your home today too.